Your state may be breaking the law by making you wait months for your carry permit. And courts across the country are finally stepping in and telling those states, no more. Quick question before we continue. Are you subscribed? Because what I'm about to reveal could save you from a decade in prison. Hit that button now if you have applied for a concealed carry permit, or you plan to. This video is for you. Maybe you filled out the forms, you paid the fees, you took the class, you did everything right. Then the weeks turned into months. No update, no explanation, no permit. Sound familiar? You're not alone, and you're not crazy. In many states, government offices are taking way too long to process carry permits. Sometimes they do it because they are short-staffed. Sometimes they do it because they do not like the law. Sometimes they do it because they think you will just give up. But here's the crazy part. In a lot of places, that delay is flat out illegal. State laws usually say the government has a deadline. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, some number. That deadline is not a suggestion, it is the law. So if your state law says your permit must be approved or denied in 60 days, and it has been 120 days, that is not just annoying. That may be illegal. And now courts are finally fighting back. Let me explain why this matters to you personally. A carry permit is not just a piece of paper. It is your legal permission to carry a firearm in public under your state law. If you carry without that permit in a state that requires one, you can face huge criminal charges, even if you applied, even if you did everything right, even if you were just waiting. That means you could be a law-abiding person today, and a criminal tomorrow, all because a government office sat on your paperwork. Have you ever wondered why some people wait 2 weeks and some people wait 6 months for the exact same permit? That is not always random. Sometimes it is because of backlogs. Sometimes it is because of bad management. Sometimes it is because certain applicants get extra scrutiny for unfair reasons. But whatever the reason, if your state law sets a deadline, they have to follow it. Now let me break this down for you in 5 key parts. First, most states have a legal deadline to issue or deny a carry permit. This deadline is written right into the state law. It is not a nice goal, it is a legal requirement. For example, some states say 45 days, some say 60, some say 90. It depends on your state. Second, processing delays are not a legal excuse if the deadline has passed. A clerk might tell you, we are backed up, or just be patient, or it is taking longer this year. That may be true, but it does not cancel the deadline in the law. If the law says 60 days, then day 61 means the state is breaking its own law. Third, you may have legal rights once that deadline passes. This depends completely on your state. But in many places, you can file a formal complaint. You can contact your state representative. You can request a written reason for the delay. In some places, you can even go to court and ask a judge to order the state to issue your permit. That is exactly what is starting to happen now. Courts are finally fighting back. Judges are telling state agencies, you do not get to ignore the deadline, do your job. Fourth, you need proof. If you're going to challenge a delay, you cannot just say, it is taking too long. You need dates, you need paperwork, you need copies. Keep a copy of your application. Keep the receipt showing you paid. Keep every email, keep every letter. Keep a written log of every phone call. Date, time, who you spoke to, what they said. This matters. Because if it ever goes to court, your memory is not enough. Your paper trail is everything. Fifth, do not take matters into your own hands. I need to be very clear about this. If your permit is delayed, that does not mean you can just carry anyway because it is not fair. That is a trap. You can get arrested. You can get charged. You can lose your gun rights. The correct path is to use the legal process in your state. Complaint, appeal, court action if available, not self-help. Now, quick legal note, this is educational information, not legal advice. Always consult an attorney for your specific situation. If you're finding this helpful, imagine what you'll learn in my next video about the 5 words that protect you when cops ask about your gun. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Now let me tell you about some real-world patterns that people are seeing all across the country. This is not just one weird county and one weird state. People in many states are reporting the same thing. Apply on time, pay on time, then silence. Some offices blame new software. Some blame background check delays. Some blame staffing. Some blame vague security reviews. Sometimes those reasons are real. Sometimes they are cover. But here's what most people get wrong. Most people think, well, the government is busy, I should just wait. And sometimes waiting is reasonable. If you are within the deadline, yes, be patient. But if the deadline is passed, waiting quietly is often exactly what the agency wants. Because delay works. People get frustrated. People move. People give up. People decide it is not worth it. Do not let them win by default. Here's a hypothetical example to explain this. Imagine you live in a state where the law says the sheriff must issue or deny your carry permit within 60 days of your completed application. You apply on March 1st. Day 60 is April 30. On May 15th, you call the office. They say, "We are still processing. Call back next month." No denial, no approval, no written explanation, just delay. In that situation, you may have the right to demand a written status update. You may have the right to file an appeal. You may have the right to ask a court to order action. Again, this depends on your state law, but the key point is this: the deadline matters. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Courts are finally pushing back in a bigger way than they used to. For years, many judges were very deferential to police agencies and sheriff offices. They would say, "Give them more time, they are doing their best." But in the last few years, especially after major Supreme Court decisions about the right to carry, judges are taking these deadlines more seriously. Because the courts have been clear. Carrying a firearm for self-defense outside the home is a constitutional right in many situations. So when a state creates a permit system, that system cannot become a trap. It cannot become an endless waiting game. It cannot become a backdoor ban. That is why you are seeing more court orders forcing agencies to issue permits, more judges demanding written reasons for denials, more accountability. But here is the part nobody is talking about. Most people never use the remedies that already exist. They do not know they can file an appeal. They do not know they can request a formal delay letter. They do not know they can contact the state agency oversight office. They do not know they can seek judicial review. So the system gets away with delay because most people stay silent. Do not be most people. But wait, there is something even more important. Before you do anything, you need to check your actual state law. Not Facebook rumors, not a YouTube comment, not what your buddy heard at the gun shop. Go to your official state government website. Look up your concealed carry permit statute. Find the deadline section, print it, date it, or call your state firearms licensing agency and ask for the written deadline in writing. If they refuse to give it in writing, that is also useful information. Write that down too. Hey, 73% of people watching right now aren't subscribed. Don't be part of that group. Join the 50,000 gun owners who get these updates first. Click subscribe. Now let me walk you through exactly what you can do if your permit is past the legal deadline. Step 1. Confirm the deadline in your state law. Not gossip, the actual law. Step 2. Confirm your application was complete. Did you submit every required form? Did you pay every fee? Did you provide every document they asked for? If they asked for something missing, fix it immediately. But if your file was complete and the deadline passed, move to Step 3. Step 3, document everything: application copy, payment proof, date stamps, emails, call log, names, times. Step 4, send a written request for status. Do it in writing. Email or certified mail if possible. Keep a copy. Keep proof it was sent. Keep it polite. Keep it factual. Do not threaten. Do not rant. Just state the facts. I applied on March 1st. State law requires a decision by April 30th. Today is May 15th. I am requesting a written decision or a written explanation for the delay within 10 business days. Step 5. Use your state appeal process if one exists. Many states have a formal appeal to a board, a director, or a court. Follow the exact process. Deadlines matter there too. Step 6. Get legal help if needed. If you are past the deadline and getting the runaround, talk to a qualified attorney who handles firearms licensing or administrative law in your state. Not a general practice lawyer who knows a little about guns, a lawyer who does this exact thing. Now, I want to be very honest about something. Challenging a delay can be frustrating. It can take time. It may not be instant. But doing nothing guarantees nothing changes. And in some cases, it guarantees you stay in legal limbo while the agency hopes you give up. Do not give them that gift. This is the part that shocked me when I first learned it. In some states, agencies were routinely blowing past deadlines for years. And almost nobody pushed back because people did not know the deadline existed, or they did not know they had a remedy, or they were afraid. Knowledge is power. Paperwork is power. Calm action is power. This information could literally expire after January 2026. Subscribe now because the next video explains exactly what you need to do before that deadline hits. So let us bring this all together. If your carry permit is taking too long, check your state deadline right now. If that deadline has passed, document everything and use your state's official process to demand action. And never, ever carry without a valid permit just because you are frustrated with the delay. That mistake can ruin your life. Look, I know this stuff is stressful. You are trying to follow the law. You're trying to protect yourself and your family. You are doing the right thing. And it is infuriating when the government makes that harder than it should be. But you're not powerless. Courts are finally fighting back. And you can too, if you use the right steps. If this video helped you even a little, do me one last favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. Hit the notification bell too. Because gun laws change fast, deadlines change, court rulings change, agency rules change. I make these videos so you do not get blindsided. so you do not become a criminal by accident, so you stay informed and stay safe. Subscribe now. Share this with a friend who is waiting on a permit, and take action today. Now, one last quick legal disclaimer in plain English. This video is general educational information only. It is not legal advice for your specific situation. Gun laws and permit deadlines are different in every state. If you have a delayed permit or any legal question about carrying, talk to a qualified attorney in your state.